Hello everyone, it is Pat with Angel Divination with our daily oracle card reading and message for Friday, July 6th of 2012. Happy Friday everyone. For today's reading I felt guided to go to the Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck to see what the goddesses want to let us know. And actually I may dive into the Beauty, Style, and Grace cards for today as well by my image consultant friend Ginger Burr. So let's see what the goddess's message is for us as we shuffle the deck, call upon the goddess energy. Okay. All right. There's a few that have spilled out here. There's probably like 3. So this first one here is Diana, and with focused intention. Now, I think this message has come up a few times this week with some of the other card readers. You know, with I think Angel had Archangel Michael, and so it says, the message on the card says, keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. Okay, so really try and see, feel, and know. Stay focused on the outcome that you'd like to have, and not so much worrying about the how. Okay, that's not. I know that's a challenge for me sometimes, but that's what Diana's. She's got a bow and arrow in this picture, and that's what it's for. It's just so you can keep focused on your target, and well, she can help you with that. If you call on her or any of the angels, they can help you staying focused on your target. But it's a keep taking the action steps towards it, even if it's little, even if it doesn't seem like a lot's going on. Because remember earlier in the week with the mermaids, we got the card that said you're being helped. So it's a card that says don't lose faith or hope, keep going for it. And keep your energy moving in the direction towards your targeted intention. You don't have to struggle with it. It's not about trying to control an outcome. When you're focused on a target, it's just keeping in mind the feeling that you'll have, whether it's peace, relief, joy, what have you, at having that particular thing or getting that particular outcome. And not as much worried about controlling exactly how it takes place. So you can leave that up to the divine, the angels, and they often help to coordinate, things quite miraculously. Now, some of the other cards that came out today were Ixchel. It's pronounced Ixchel, and the card is Medicine Woman. It says, you are a channel for divine healing power. And in this card she's got like all the elements of nature, and her hands are raised in the air. And so it very much speaks to healing that's going on. That is it's a bit of self-healing, healing that comes through you. And I know this was a card, I believe Robin at Conscious Dreamer 1 had the emotional healing card yesterday from the fairies. So this is a similar message to that, and it has to do with getting outside for some of that healing, getting out in nature, or using the healing elements of nature, not just getting outdoors in the sunshine and being around the water as for your own personal internal healing, but this also speaks to those who are involved or feel called to natural methods of healing, like the naturopathic doctors, those who use herbs, aromatherapy, homeopathy, different forms of medicine like that. And I think people as a whole are being called back to that. And allopathic or modern medicine that we have is great. It does provide us with a great many things, but there's also a lot to be said, and there's a real growing trend towards natural medicine. And this even speaks to energy medicine, those who are called to do Reiki and other forms of like laying on of hands, energy kinds of healing, because her hands are up in the air here. It's as though she's holding the energetic space for healing to take place. And healing doesn't always mean curing. There is a difference between those two. But this has to do with very much healing what's going on within yourself, either your heart, for some emotional healing, or some physical healing. And as I look at this card, I get a feeling and a message about coming at it from both aspects. Sometimes, physical ailments develop in the body as a result of something that we need to address spiritually, or and I know, there are the Course in Miracles and Louise Hay are all big proponents of, to them everything that shows up in the body has at its core some mental thought pattern or forgiveness that needs to take place within ourselves. And so I know I'm a big fan of looking at both. I deal and treat the physical, but also look at the spiritual, the mental patterns that are going on, any healing within me that needs to take place. And once I address both of those, then the condition starts to dissipate. And that is really a big part of, as the card says, you are a channel for divine healing power. We all have that ability within ourselves, and we can look to ourselves for some of the healing that needs to take place. It's, explore what's going on within you. Do some journaling, write it out, spend some time with yourself outdoors, explore that part of yourself. And Pele came out with Divine Passion. Now, as I find as we go through shifts and changes, and energetically, as is going on a lot right now, that we can get into places where, as parts of ourself heal, there can be periods where we feel just a lot of sadness or deadness inside of us, and as things, as the old stuff that we're letting go of moves out. And once that does, there is a renewed, very passionate energy that comes in. And that's what, to me, it feels like Pele is signifying today. As we do the healing and let go of the old, let go of the old patterns, and release stuff within ourselves, either through journaling, writing, whatever that healing is that takes place. Renewed passion comes in for new areas, and to improve ourselves, and to expect more for ourselves, and know that we deserve it. So Pele's energy, and Pele is the goddess associated with the volcanoes of Hawaii. And when you call on Pele, which you can do in a very simple ritual by lighting a warm colored candle and staring into the flame. There's an invocation in Doreen's book, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for her. Pele will give you such a surge of really excited and passionate energy. And, to me this card signifies that that's coming back in for us. And she says, be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? And if you have been feeling, a little bit dead inside, or, sad as you've been letting go of some old stuff, to me, as I look at that card, it feels like there's some part of ourselves that we're not acknowledging that would be really excited about, something new or some new area, but we just haven't pursued it, maybe because it hasn't felt practical to us. And as I understand with this this full moon that's been in Capricorn, I understand Capricorn to be a very practical sign. So there is a focus sometimes on what's practical, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's definitely times when it's called for. As I remember, one of the things that the Hindu yogi Yogananda was known for saying was be practical in your idealism. But this speaks to, when I look at this card, I'm reminded of a quote by Howard Thurman, which is, he said, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. So it's about acknowledging those, what parts of you get excited, get passionate. What are you passionate about? what gets your juices flowing. And don't just brush it aside because it doesn't seem very practical. Often as we follow our passions, you probably have heard that expression, do what you love and the money will follow, or things will grow for you. Part of what we love is acknowledging those things that we're passionate about are the things that we love and we have a great deal of joy for. So it's acknowledging those parts of yourself that you maybe have pushed aside. And where it is a volcano, it may speak to a bit of the earth changes as well. Things may feel like they're getting fired up. Also, as I look at this card, passion is a theme, and it can come out or show up in people in different ways. Ideally, it's, in its highest form, it's something that you feel excited and joyful about. But sometimes things also get fired up, and passion can come out in its lower form as anger, or people reacting. So you may see a bit of that too, because remember, it's a theme. And as I look at the volcano, that's what I feel. It might be evidence of people getting fired up and getting to a point where they're just saying, "I've had it. I'm done," and but really, possibly even making a scene about it or something. So. But let's embrace, the more positive aspects of it and acknowledge those parts of ourselves that we have maybe put aside. Because, with passion, when I speak about people being fired up and maybe reacting, if parts of you have been suppressed for a really long time, and it's kind of like shaking up a Coke can and not when you go to open up the top, the soda comes spraying out everywhere, and it just explodes. So it's important, as Pele shows here, to acknowledge what your passions are and allow yourself that time and that freedom to pursue them. Pele can also help you. She says, be honest with yourself. And she is a goddess who helps us to with that element of honesty and truthfulness, not just with ourselves, although that's where it starts. When we're honest with ourselves, then we can be honest and truthful with other people. But she'll help you to speak the truth or be honest with a partner or a relationship in your life, even when you have anger that arises within you from something. If you've felt there was an injustice take place or you didn't like what was going on, you call on Pele, and she'll help you to speak up with truthfulness. So she'll help you to temper that anger so that you can speak up about what it is that's bothering you in a very truthful and honest way that isn't harmful. So Pele's a wonderful goddess to work with. All right, so let's call on the Beauty, Style, and Grace cards for today and see what that message leaves us with. Ooh. It says, life is most beautiful in the moment. There is no better way to go through life than to experience each moment as it happens and to invite beauty in at every possible opportunity. How can you do that right now? So that is our final card for today. Life is most beautiful in the moment. So thank you so much for joining me today for this Friday. I look forward to speaking with you again soon. I hope you have a lovely, lovely Friday. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to the new subscribers that have joined the channel. I appreciate having you. And thanks to everyone who's left comments on the page. I hope you had a lovely holiday if you celebrated it the 4th of July here in the United States, or any that may be going on in your country. And I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Thank you, everyone.